Galaxies like the Milky Way formed by the merging of smaller progenitor galaxies. An international team of astrophysicists led by Dr Diederik Kruijssen from the Center for Astronomy at Heidelberg University has succeeded in reconstructing the merger history of our home galaxy, creating a complete family tree. To achieve this, the researchers analyzed the properties of globular clusters orbiting the Milky Way with artificial intelligence. Their investigations revealed a previously unknown galaxy collision that must have permanently altered the appearance of the Milky Way. Globular clusters are dense groups of up to 1 million stars that are almost as old as the universe itself. The Milky Way hosts over 150 of such clusters, many of them came from smaller galaxies that later merged to form the Milky Way that we live in today, explains Dr. Kruijssen. To study the merger history, the Heidelberg researcher and his colleague Dr. Joel Pfeffer of Liverpool John Moores University, United Kingdom, and their research groups developed a suite of advanced computer simulations, called E-MOSAICS. These simulations include a complete model for the formation, evolution, and destruction of globular clusters. The German-British team used these simulations to relate the ages, chemical compositions, and orbital motions of the globular clusters to the properties of the progenitor galaxies in which they formed, more than 10 billion years ago. By applying these insights to groups of globular clusters in the Milky Way, they not only determined how massive these progenitor galaxies were, but also when they merged with our home. The main challenge was that the merger process is extremely messy, because the orbits of the globular clusters are completely reshuffled, explains Dr. Kruijssen. We were astonished at how precisely the artificial intelligence allowed us to reconstruct the merger histories of the simulated galaxies, using only their globular clusters. The researchers then applied the neural network to groups of globular clusters in the Milky Way and precisely determined T. They also discovered a previously unknown collision between the Milky Way and an unknown galaxy, which the researchers named Kraken. The collision with Kraken must have been the most significant merger the Milky Way ever experienced, Dr. Kruijssen adds. Before, it was thought that a collision with the Gaia Enceladus galaxy some 9 billion years ago was the biggest collision event. However, the merger with Kraken took place 11 billion years ago, when the Milky Way was 4 times less massive than today. Taken together, these findings allowed the team of researchers to reconstruct the first complete family tree of our home galaxy. Over the course of its history, the Milky Way cannibalized about 5 galaxies with more than 100 million stars, and about 10 more with at least 10 million stars. The most massive progenitor galaxies collided with the Milky Way between 6 and 11 billion years ago. Dr. Kruijssen expects that these predictions will aid the future search for the remains of the progenitor galaxies. Video www.youtube.com watch v=3 Aldali 8wt4 feature =emb_logo story source materials provided by University of Heidelberg. Note: content may be edited for style and length. Please support my channel to grow by pressing subscribe button and the bell icon. We will notify you technological news. Thank you.